saw me in the booth with these, shooting primer on them. And today I've baked and cured them, and I've put a little bit of guide coat on them to show me the lows and highs and imperfections in them. And I'm sanding them smooth, prepping them for paint.
Nice.
And they should be gorgeous enough to put on the car tomorrow evening.
Cool.
Alright, here we got the grill for the 37 Chrysler. This is the original grill we've had on it. It's been sitting. I have the last of the stainless to do. I've done a lot of the other repaired stainless. This stainless, we're going to take all these off. I have other stainless that is the same exact bow. We started taking off the bows. We're going to label them. I have a mock-up piece of stainless from another part. That's the same radius and diameter. It's an old used piece. I'm going to run it through my radius machine and make a couple rolls. And then we're going to replace these bows and cut sections off and replace each one. They're pretty simple. Even as rusty as they are, you can just take anything simple, flat, get between it, and just walk it right off. Then we're going to have to blast bead clean this, straighten it, and redo all these pieces, before we go to sliding all the new ones on. Bring the camera on in a little bit closer, and you can give them a quick idea. Some of the louvers are bowed and bent. They're going to get straightened. Other ones, if you see, there's some major damage. Okay. A lot of these you can duplicate. If you were removing all the dents down inside of this, it's such a narrow, tight little, hard little channel. It's just a lot to try to fix that little tiny piece. And I can get this piece, I can fill it, I can run it through one of our roll machines, and we'll be able to replace each one of these. It's just a matter of running through, having the right equipment to make a bow and duplicate them. So that's what we're doing today. I'll show you as we take everything apart. This is one of the scavenger ones, one that came from something else. It's extra parts. What did they get? Another one for the center beam. We're just making one. And that's about where we're at with shit. We'll show you as we clean it up and move on. Alright, well, I've ran this through the 3-wheel roller again. Okay, I don't know if you can see it in your whole picture. This is a mock-up piece, like I explained. I changed the degree just a little bit. We're almost to the complete right angle, and you see how much bow you have to put in it. So if I continue to run this through, when we get the right bow here, this radius stays the same. If I quick flip this thing around so it's hanging off of this table, you can see that your radius will continue and stay the same all the way through. So you'll be able to make this piece, and then you'll continue to make this piece. Then you'll continue to make this piece as you go. So each angle I'll be able to use the radius that I continue to make here will continue and fall. It's sharper, it falls through here, and it slowly fades a little flatter. And that'll be your end pieces. And these are simple. And the reason
what you working on here?
Putting the stainless ridges in is a pretty tedious and timely consuming process. All of these had to be drilled and lined up with all the holes that are in that running board right there behind you. And they have to be lined up and put in the spot. So all these stainless steel ridges line right up and go in between them where they're supposed to go. So it's pretty damn tedious in a tiny little washer. Your old fingers get all cramped up on these little tiny things. But put little tiny washers on. And I put little tiny nuts on. And then I lock everything down. Skip the one right there.
What are you doing? Do it. here we have Harlan spraying a coat of paint on the oil filter of the 37 Chrysler Imperial.
Anyway, so here's what it looked like before. Let the light hit all that. Oh my God, it's so ugly. Oh, it's full of rust in the back. Oh, what do we do?
Can't really see it.
You give it to Harlan, and he cleans it, and he gets the rust out of it, and he sands the living S out of it, and gets the rust all out of the back. So we have a before and an after. Ah, see? This is what you do for 3 hours in the middle of a day. Just turn this into that. Hooray!
What are you working on here, Greg?
Working on stainless steel for the grill for the 37 Chrysler. We got to take each piece, start out with 600 wet sand, then go to 1,000 and go further. Just sanding out every little bump, imperfection to make them nice and smooth. Once we start polishing them up, they'll be nice and shiny without any little glitches or scratches. We're just trying to take the scratches and the dents out.
Cool.
Here I am on the front grill piece. I have Harlan and Greg wet sanding. I've done a lot of dent repair, and I've re-rolled and made new pieces of the stainless, and we're trying to rework all the stainless. I've redone all the grill pieces here and taken pieces out, hammered dolly, rolled them, straightened them out. I've got a couple little tiny dents and waves. If you can zoom in close, you'll see the little bit of body putty that I've done in between some of the fins to get them really nice and straight. I've done repair on both sides. And if you remember this grill, it had a huge dent right here in the middle and right here, about that deep. All that's been taken out. This has been remade. We've remade some of these and re-straightened everything. And that's about where we are with it. I'm trying to get it sanded down. And then I got to tape these little lines up so they don't get too much buildup of any primer or anything on them, because I have to slide that stainless steel over top of it. And it fits on there just right now. I keep them all trimmed up and clean, but that's where it's at. And we'll show it to you as we get it the rest of the way put together, but that's where it's at. There it is. I've just put primer on all those little spots. Taped off all the little front lines where the stainless has to slide back over it. I've taped off those, so I'll sand it in the morning, get it sprayed black, and hopefully have a bunch of the stainless done tomorrow night and be putting her back together. She's coming along really long ways. All right, here's a quick other look at some of the stainless that's been going on. Here's one of the pieces before we started. And I've made pieces and replaced pieces. These are the pieces that have been completely refinished and are getting ready to be reinserted into the front grille. All these pieces have been all set out. And these are done, and these are still to be finished polishing and cleaning. And Harlan's sitting over there sanding away. And it's a tedious little process, and there's many to go. And we're getting closer, but this is the inside bezel that goes around it. Let me flip it over for you. That piece. Now, these different pieces all came from 3 different vehicles of pieces from different places in the country. So, when you're finding something like this, it's really hard to find parts for. It isn't a very common car. And, so I'm going to be hammering, dollying, and knocking out the little dents in these and removing all the inside pieces. And then I'm going to wet sand it and polish it and show you all the steps of it. Turn it right here. I'm just trying to put it up here to show you. Yep. Oh, the camera gets in my way. It's too big. There you go.
I just wanted to do a little before and after comparison on the stainless steel grill trim for the 37 Chrysler. This is the before. If you look at it, it's got old paint, rust, corrosion, overspray, junk, oil, and a bunch of whatever all over it. You sand all that off and get it to look like this. Just a little comparison.